morning, everybody. We've swapped fidgets.
Hi.
Vicky's here. Yeah.
To visit.
Hayley, Steve's sister, is here for the weekend. We are going, or we went yesterday.
We did.
We went wedding dress shopping. It was an experience, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There's a barn just outside of where we live that a friend of mine said, try it. You never know, you might find something. Well, it was a weird experience. It was literally a barn just on a farm road. You walked in and it looked like what's that called in English? Loppis, like a thrift store. Is that what it's called? Like a charity shop. Yeah. With like all random stuff. So we kind of just followed the flow of the store, I suppose. And there was a door into like a shop that looked like a fancy dress shop with the creepiest mannequins, and looking back at the pictures and the videos that Hayley took, there's dolls.
Really did take any pictures of it.
She did not take any. She did not ignore the big massive no camera sign because she went, I don't speak Swedish. Despite the fact that the sign was in English.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll insert a little screenshot of the creepy dolls. But that I didn't even notice it until you pointed it out. So fucking creepy. But my friend had said, oh, you never know, you might find something. Well, I don't know if it was because it was the first dress that I tried on,
Yeah.
but I found a very, very, very nice dress. A very nice dress, but didn't buy it because it was just the first wedding dress try on, and I don't know, I just want a bit of a normal experience. A bit of a normal experience. So we're going into Gothenburg today. Hayley, Wilma and me are going into Gothenburg to a place called Ivory and Grace. Apparently it's the wedding dress shop that everybody goes to, so quite popular. Thinking that they'll have a little bit more choice because she didn't have overly much choice yesterday.
No.
Which is why I'm even more surprised that I found something.
Yeah.
So
Especially that dress. Like it just didn't
Yeah.
fit into that place.
yeah, the dresses were quite outdated, quite old, I would. Yeah, and this one was like a very not traditional. It was a traditional, just very pretty.
Yeah. Like quite more modern and
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, probably. How many did I try on? 3. The first one, the second one, mummy. Oh no, 4. Yeah. Yeah, the mummy one. There's one with like banding. It just made me look like a mummy. It was awful. Yeah. So hopefully a bit more choice today. A bit more of a normal experience. I.e., like there will be like nice seats and a nice proper changing room.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, right, I'm in my underwear. Hayley's seen my underwear. No shame.
Got a curtain that didn't really close.
It's a curtain that didn't really close.
Too.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, it was quite the experience. And then tomorrow, we're going to a wedding fair.
Yeah.
So a wedding-filled weekend, which has been really nice. I love chatting weddings. Good morning. It is Monday the 17th of February. I have dropped Hayley off at the airport, or I dropped her off early this morning. The flight was at 7, so we got up at like 3 or something. Yeah, didn't film overly much at the weekend. I do have a couple of clips from, well, I've got a couple of clips from Friday. Tried on a wedding dress at that barn. God, that was an experience and a half, let me tell you that. But then on the Saturday, look at that. Gibby, get it. Gibby, get it. Yeah, on the Saturday, we went to a bridal shop in Gothenburg that apparently everybody in the Nan goes to. So I didn't really have I didn't know what to expect. I've never obviously been wedding dress shopping, so I don't know if some shops were more tacky than others, or yeah, I just didn't know what to expect. And oh my god, oh wow, it was some experience. It was completely different to the Friday, which I knew it would be, but to that extent. I think I tried on I don't actually know how many dresses I tried on. A lot, let me tell you that. We were in there for 3 hours. I don't think that was the length of the appointment. I think because you book a time for it, I think it's usually about an hour and a half to 2 hours max. But yeah, we were in there for 3 hours trying on dresses. I think Hayley said at one point, the lady at the start was like, oh, just go around and pick 4, 5, 6 dresses and put them on the rail. Try different styles and shapes and stuff, and then we can whittle it down. So if we know that a particular shape you don't like, we'll just put them back and not pick new ones from that one. And then once we've whittled it down, you can pick another 5 or 6, and then yeah, we'll just keep going until hopefully you'll find the dress that you like. I think it was quite clear from the start that there was a theme emerging of what I wanted in a dress. It was just the shape, the different shapes that I then tried on. So yeah, I think Hayley said at one point there was 9 dresses hung up on the rail. But yeah, that was some experience. And yeah, I had a very, very, very strong reaction to one particular dress. The dress on Friday, I was like, this is really, really nice. It was so pretty. The first couple of dresses on the Saturday was like, yeah, this is really nice. I like this part of the dress, but I'm not sure about that part of the dress. And then I put this particular dress on, and it was almost because the changing room was quite small considering the size of the dresses, but so you're quite close up to, or I was quite close up to the mirror, because the seamstress is right behind you, helping you in the dress and then pinning it at the back so it feels more fitted. But I could already, from the little that I could see that close up in the mirror, I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna like this dress a lot. And then obviously I walked out, and so I walked straight out onto a little platform, and then I turned to the left, and then the mirror was there, and Hayley and Wilma was sat straight in front of me as I came out of the little changing room, and both their faces were so I stepped onto a platform, and the seamstress was explaining something, and I'm just looking at her, but you can tell from my expression that I'm hearing her. I am not listening to a word she was saying. And then I started crying. Like, I was not expecting that kind of reaction. I didn't know what to expect. Like, they say like, oh, your reaction when you find the dress can be quite emotional. And I did think like, I'll know when I find the dress. I did not expect to cry, but I cried. So yeah, I found my dress and they are going to make it from scratch for me. I think I'll get an email to book another appointment. I want to say in either September or maybe September, just to get measurements, like basic measurements, and then again at the start of next year to get like a final fitting, if that makes sense. So yeah, about 15 months out from the wedding, and I've ticked, I would say, one of the biggest things. Like, I would say that suits, or like a suit for Steve, the rings and the venue is probably the biggest things. So yeah, very chuffed with that, very chuffed that I've managed to be organised, and just over the moon about having found my dress. I keep looking back at the videos and the pictures from Saturday. I'll still look at the other dresses, and every time I do look at the other dresses, because there was a couple of other dresses that were gorgeous, like stunning. But looking back at them, I'm like, I'm so happy I didn't pick those ones, because with every dress there was a thing that I didn't like. So I might have really liked the bottom bit but not the top bit, or I might really like the top bit but not the bottom bit. And then you need to start like altering the dress, or taking like one piece from one dress, another piece from another dress. They then need to make that and then hope that you like it. And the dress that I went for in the end, it has everything that I wanted from a dress. Like, I can remember showing a couple of people, like, I've got so many Pinterest boards for everything, but this particular like wedding dress Pinterest board, I can remember showing, like, obviously Hayley and Wilma and a couple of my other friends, like the style of dress that I would have liked, or that I wanted to at least look at. And I've almost found, like, well, I was gonna say I've almost found like the exact dress that was on the Pinterest board, and I have, just 10 times better. It really just is me in a dress, and I could not be happier about finding it. Like, I did not go into that bridal shop expecting to say yes to the dress, but I did. I was so chuffed. So yeah, that was the Saturday. The Sunday, so yesterday, we went to like what's it called? Like a wedding fair. It was in like an exhibition centre in Gothenburg. I'd booked tickets for, there was 5 of us. And I didn't know what to expect. I was expecting like stalls with like cake makers and maybe like makeup artists and hairdressers, and maybe like hair accessories, or like bridal accessories like earrings or necklaces or bracelets. Maybe expecting like caterers, yeah, that kind of thing. And it's not that I was disappointed, because it was nice, and I definitely got like some really good ideas, but it was quite small. Like, we were in and out in less than like 2 hours. It was like 3 aisles, like each, like 2 sides each aisle were stalls. So what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of stalls. Say maybe like, I don't know, 100 meters a row. So I was just expecting it to be a lot bigger, and for there to be more of the types of stalls that I just mentioned. There was a lot of venues. They were all around Gothenburg. They were all in the city. That's not really what we're looking for. We want out in the country, closer to like where we live. A lot of venues, a lot of photographers. Having said that, there was one particular girl, a photographer, who just, one, her like picture style captured my attention, and then 2, she really like took the time to talk to us, to explain things. She was saying that she was showing us a couple of pictures of like a wedding that it was raining on their wedding day, and she was like, the couple, like, ideally obviously would have wanted a nice sunny day, but rather than try and force the pictures to look like something that wasn't what reality was, we kind of embraced the fact that it rained and like incorporated that in the pictures, and oh my god, the pictures were stunning. Like, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. So yeah, she was extremely knowledgeable. She was just such a lovely person, and I think it's important. Like, I did a photo shoot a couple of years ago, and it's so important that you feel comfortable around your photographer. And she was like, it was like she would match Steve and my energy. She was very laid back, she was very creative, very artistic, very like sarky jokey. Like, she would suit us, I think, as a photographer. So yeah, when Steve's back in March, I think we'll probably like sit together and have a little look at everything, because as much as I can, like, I'll probably will, but send him like everybody's Instagram handle, because there was a couple more photographers that I liked the style of their photography. I'll send them their Instagram handles, but it's nice though to sit together and like look at pictures together, or like look at photographers or whatever together, and yeah, potentially, like, I'm not saying that we'll get that booked, but we'll make like a 1, 2 and 3 choice. So yeah, that was a fair. I have to admit though, right at the start, because I think I didn't know what to expect in terms of like busyness either. I didn't know if it was going to be like loads of people, or so I wanted to get there quite early. It started at 10, so we got there at like 10, spot on. I think we were in by like 5 past or 10 past 10. Well, that was a wrong choice, because we were like one of the first people there. A little bit of an interruption there. Met 2 lovely people walking out in the forest, but obviously I had to stop filming. 1, it would be weird if I kept filming, and 2, I needed to contain the riot. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, we were the first couple of people into the fair. Oh my god, like, the most off-putting, like, we got people from the stores. I get it, like, they're there to sell a product, I get that, but we got pounced on from all sides. Like, both sides tried to get our attention, and you were like, I'm not paying anyone attention because this is too fucking, like, overwhelming's not the right word. It was just very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. One guy was at a store that was like a selfie camera thing that you could hire to put up it. He was so pushy. I get it, you're a salesperson and stuff, but there's just nothing more off-putting. And then when I was like, oh, I mean, you're the third stall in, we're gonna have a little look around and we might come back. He's like, right, okay, bye. Oh, okay, well, we'll not come back then. See ya. Yeah, that was a bit weird. And just the fact that there was a lot of, like, venues and locations. I suppose I was a bit disappointed. I shouldn't complain. I should not complain, but I was just expecting something else. Let's just say that. But yeah, overall though, I did get a fair few ideas, like, about the photographers, about, like, potentially what we want to do with the cake. Kelpie, come. There's a big lorry coming. Sit. Yeah, potentially what we want to do with the cake. There was one musician sat playing a harp, which we walked past and I just instantly stopped and got goosebumps. Yeah, I got a couple really good ideas taken away from that. It was also just really nice to just spend some quality time with friends and talk about the wedding. Hayley has said though, I struggle to what's the word? I struggle to not ask for help, but I don't expect people to do things for me. So I need to get better at accepting the fact that people want to do things for me. People wanted to come to the wedding fair. Like Wilma and Hayley wanted to come dress shopping with me because I was like, oh, you've sat and endured me trying on dresses for 3 hours. Like, it's almost that feeling of like, oh, I don't want to be like an inconvenience or a burden, when actually they really enjoyed it. Like, accepting that, I think I need to get a bit better at that. So yeah, but overall a lovely weekend. I've just looked down and seen my hair, by the way. I don't usually do curls, but Hayley and me tried like putting curls in my hair to see what it would be like, potential like wedding style or whatever, so hence why I've got a curly bonnet today. I think she's trying to tell me that she wants me to throw the stick. And then she doesn't go for it. You fucking weirdo. Good morning, everybody. Not the most flattering of angles, I'm very aware, but that is -4 outside, so I don't really fancy getting my hands out to film on a dog walk if I don't have to. So yeah, you'll just have to endure this angle for a bit. It is Thursday. I'm very aware that I've not really filmed that much this week. Just because Tuesday session I filmed all in portrait for Instagram. Wednesday was a run and then a functional fitness class at night. Very tricky filming the functional fitness class because there's quite a few people that don't really want to be on camera, which I totally respect. It does make it a little bit trickier to film though, so no footage from that. Today is a long run. I have been instructed, I'm under strict instructions to take it extremely easy today, running 60 minutes at between a 6:30 and a 6:45 minute per kilometre pace. So yeah, the challenge today will be to like hold that or not go above that. Reason being, yesterday was a double threshold day, basically. Threshold interval running in the morning, which subconsciously I think did cook me a bit. At the time I was like, oh, this is great. But going then to the functional fitness class in the evening, I was like, oh, I'm a bit tired. And then I foolishly took pre-workout at must have been about 11:30, 12 yesterday. And it had 300 milligrams of caffeine in it. So I didn't fall asleep until 1:30 last night. I woke up at 6, so not a huge amount of sleep after quite a fatiguing day in terms of exercise, and I wasn't overly like hungry yesterday, so calories were quite low at 1,450 yesterday. So yeah, I've been instructed to take it very easy. Nugget and me are going on one of her favourite walks up by the mill, so that's about an hour walk. Then I'm going for my run, and then obviously I'll take her out for a walk later on. Training with Wilma tomorrow, potentially Helena as well, so I'll get a bit of footage from that. And then Saturday, very unexpectedly, we're doing a bit of a Hyrox run through, so I think I'll talk to you about that on Friday morning. But yeah, very exciting. So yeah, a little bit of a more relaxed day today, just to try and rest and recover. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling and go for a walk. Speak to you later. Bye. Good morning. It is Friday morning, and we're out for our usual donda with the puppy dog. The roads are horrific today. Like, a friend messaged this morning and she was like, if you can avoid going out, if you don't have to go out in the car, don't, because the roads are horrendous. And I looked outside, I was like, I know it's 0 degrees, which is like most likely to be slippery on the roads, but it just looks a bit wet. And then I got dressed to go out with Kelpie, and I nearly fell flat on my face walking down the little steps by like the doggy entrance. Nearly slid into the ditch on the way here, and this is what we've got to deal with in the forest. See what I mean? Like, it doesn't look slippery, but this is just like a layer of ice. So yeah, I'm just waiting for Wilma to get back to me if like the main road between the towns has been gritted. I can deal with like the first 10k being icy and driving at like 10k an hour. But yeah, hopefully the main roads are gritted, because otherwise I don't know if the gym's a go for me today. We'll have to wait and see. Good morning, everybody. I've almost literally just rolled out of bed. Obviously had a coffee first, despite what all the influencers, fitness influencers say. Yes, the first thing that I have in the morning is the coffee, and a vitamin C tablet, or like fizzy tablet. But yeah, first thing is the coffee. It's fucking delicious. Yeah, it is Hyrox run through day at the gym. We're not doing a full sim. I wouldn't even say it's a half sim. It is just a little bit of a run through. Running on tired legs, or compromised running, as they like to call it in the Hyrox space, is not something that is in my training program at all, to be honest. But yeah, we're doing a bit of a run through today. We are starting with 1 kilometre on the ski. Then we are moving to, like I said, some compromised running. We're doing 500 metre stints. So we start with a 500 metre run at race pace, I believe. Then we move into 50 metres of sled push at race weight below race pace. Then back to 500 metre run, then 80 metres burpee broad jump at race pace, 500 metre run, I want to say 100 metres lunges at race weight and race pace, 500 metre run, 200 metres farmers carries at race weight below race pace, and then we finish off with a K on the row and 100 wobbles at 6 kilo. So it's just to get, it's a very special feeling running a Hyrox. Your body is essentially like screaming at you, like, what the fuck are you doing to me? Because you're mixing like endurance systems with strength systems. So yeah, it's a very unique feeling. Why do we do this to ourselves? Because it's fun and we're crazy in the head. Yeah, so it's just to get that race day feeling, I suppose, in your legs. Not recommended to do that too often. It just puts too much stress and fatigue on the body. So yeah, let's see how today goes. Wilma and Helena are obviously also coached by Steve, so they have the same session. So we'll see. Yeah, I shall try and film as much as possible and insert it here.